Don't you love her voice? Recording in progress. She sounds so professional. All right. All right. Before we get going, I always ask if there was any questions. Any overarching questions? All right. Great. Fantastic. Let's go. All right, Graham. All right. So
before you get started, can I get, I've got a lot of questions. First of all, this gin is very unique. It changes color, but it doesn't just change color when it's poured. The first thing is, if you put this bottle under studio lighting, which is for us LED, so it's very white, this is accurate to the color. But if I walk out to my kitchen with the halogen lights, which are yellow, it makes it look, believe it or not, purple. So in the shop, it looked like this. Under halogen and yellow light, it looks purple, not green, but purple. The next thing is, when you pour it into that's the first question. So I'll run through my original thought process. My thought process was that I wanted to put a gradient from purple to blue on it. But every time Suzanne looked at it, she said, but that's not the color of the gin. So there was a big kerfuffle in this place. And it's like, but this is the color of the gin. Yes, but if you take it into that room, it's a totally different color. So that was the first thing. The next thing that we had to deal with was when you pour this gin into I posted the links if anyone wants to see the website, by the way, in the chat. But when you pour this into a bottle, whether it's the acid of the fruit or whether it's the cold of the ice or both, it changes color. So it turns to a peach or a different sort of color again. So I couldn't really easily scrape the writing off the back of the bottle for quite a few different reasons. I can't put it in hot water. I can't put it in cold water. The fear would be that it's a $70, $80 bottle of gin. And if that changes the water, the color of the gin in the bottle, then I've sort of screwed. So there was no easy way for me to scrape the writing off the back of the bottle, which created on the transparency a really big hassle.
Yeah.
The bottle front on, I don't think personal opinion, I don't find it a particularly attractive bottle front on. The real bottle isn't so bad, but the photos, it's like, you look at their website, they've got a few front on and they're kind of pretty boring because all they are, the bottom is maybe half an inch thick, tapering up to 5 or 6 millimeters at the top, maybe a bit more. So it looks kind of nice, but not in a photograph, it's just a plain, flat, boring old photo.
Right.
We put it on the side, which creates the problem that you don't see one edge. I've got highlights, so the edge is there, but we're going to go back, and I've already shot this a second time because I'm not happy with anything that I particularly looked. And you saw the original post when I hadn't done this art sort of style thing on it. But how do you deal with some of the first thing is the color of the liquid. Under different light, it's a totally different color. So my original concept was to do a gradient. Would that be a reasonable way of approaching it?
No. Well, if I don't know the gin, I don't know what color it's supposed to be. So that's A. If you're shooting for the client, you ask the client what color the gin needs to be. That's what you do.
Okay.
You either use gels or you use Photoshop or whatever. If the lights are changing the color of it, then you just have to bring it back. So it'd be a client thing. If you were shooting it for the client, they're going to give you a bottle without a back label. So that'll be.
So it's not a label that's on there, and I don't know that they actually have any. I'd assume because it's one of those bottles that it's printed directly on. I don't know if they'd be easily able to produce that, would they?
Oh yeah.
It's not a label. So
Yeah,
it's
they'll
hard
have
pressed
a-
or hot pressed or whatever.
Yeah, they'll have a bottle that doesn't have anything on it. They'll have several. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you may have to do it from a mock-up as well. I'm not real crazy about the
Yep.
shot. I'm not real crazy about the sketchy look here. That's not my thing. But you know, that's a challenging bottle, man, to shoot. Yeah. It's gonna drive you
We're going to
crazy.
get it, but yeah, it's got a lot of natural issues associated with it. I think Yanis said that he liked, because I put gels on it. You can see some of the gels
Yeah, I
on
think
that.
Yeah,
And
I think
Yanis said that he actually liked it with the gels.
Yeah, I like this one down here. I think is the one I like the best. That's the
Yeah,
like there's
Suzanne didn't actually like that.
Okay.
The main reason for her not liking it, I actually did like that, but she didn't like it because her thing was it's not the color of the gin.
No.
Which
Oh.
is a pretty valid point.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to shoot the color of the gin against blue. You're going to have to shoot it against white to get the color of the gin, because if you're shooting it against blue in a translucent bottle, the blue is going to add to the color of the gin. So you're going to have to shoot it. Oh, the only way you're going to get the exact color is to Photoshop it or shoot it against white, or shoot it against white and drop it in somewhere.
Mm.
Yeah.
Don, can I comment a little bit?
Yeah.
Can you bring the photo again? I think that for me, I think that the feather pen takes away from the bottle. I kind of like the orange construct of the bottle, but I think the pen and the ink takes away from the bottle. And I think maybe if you remove that, simplify it. I like the glasses, but I think the pen, the feather pen, it just doesn't.
The picture doesn't feel right to me on a lot of levels, and I think that feather is one of them.
Yeah, but maybe you simplify it. I like the color, the contrast of the whole world.
Yeah.
Because of the color, but I think it will look better. You want to use the work. I mean, I like the orange, but I think it needs to be a little simplified, and it will be. And I love the one with the gels. I agree with Janice that the one with the gels, with the orange glove, and if you remove the feather pen, I think it will be, the last one. I think if you take the feather pen and the ink, will be better.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues with the composition that are not helping the shot. Yeah, do it again, Graham. Work on it.
The hero of the shot is because of the other things that are going on.
Yeah.
Because the hero of the story should be the bottle.
Yeah. Well, the globe is big, the pen is big, and the bottle's the same size as the pen, basically. So, and there needs to be, the pen may be on this side, but yeah, keep working on it, Graham.
Yeah, no, we will. I mean, the idea of the shot, we sort of achieved one thing that we wanted, sort of like an old-fashioned postcard masculine look to the concept, which is why the props were there. Didn't mind that so much because we achieved that, but yeah, just the whole thing of the color changing of the ink, the writing on the back, it just created just no end of issues. So I mean, I really want to keep going on this and actually get the shot.
You're going to find the answer in your point of view. So keep working on that. You're going to find the answer in your point of view. The angle of the camera to the bottle is going to give you, you can use the same props, but it's going to be that's going to give you your winner. So think about that and keep working on it.
Well, the other thing, and I might just, again, the same concept, we put the bottle, or I actually deliberately put the bottle back so that the horizon line was, low on the bottle.
Yeah.
again, if I'm using the same props, the obvious thing would be I would have to bring that a lot further forward, which I think
Well,
would be wrong.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find a solution to it. Well, I don't know what that solution would be, but it's going to be in the camera angle that you choose. Maybe a more
Yeah.
oblique angle. Maybe you've got it on the edge shooting up at it. But your props will be fine as long as you find the right mix of it. Right now, it doesn't look composed to me, and I want it to look composed. All right.
Can I
Cool.
add a comment, Don?
Yeah.
I think if the client really likes the feather in there, my personal opinion is it might look better if the feather was tipped the other way, so it was pointing, so the end of it was pointing more towards the bottle,
Sure. Yeah.
into the bottle.
Yeah. You can put it on the other side. There's a lot of things you can. Yeah. A lot of things you can do. It's going to be in the point of view, the angle of the camera to that bottle is the problem. Composition can be worked out. Yep.
Cool, Ta.
Yep. All right, Catherine.
Thank you.
Yep, Catherine Gooding.
Good morning.
Hi, Catherine.
How are you doing today?
Very good.
Good.
Right off the bat, I'm going to make this comment. This is too far away from this.
Okay.
Okay. I would have put it right up here and I'd let this chili pepper thing come into the bottle
Oh, really?
so that
Okay.
they relate. Right
Gotcha.
now, it's over here and the bottle's over there. All right.
Okay.
Your label looks good.
Thank you.
It looks really good. Really,
It was
really
a-
good.
It was a challenge to get the label and also the embossing directly above the label.
Yeah, that's good as well. And what are
yeah.
you shooting this against?
That is just a paper backdrop, and there is a strobe behind it to get some light through the bottle.
Okay. Do this. I want the bottle. I either want, and I don't know which one it is. I either want the bottle to be lighter than the background or the bottle be darker than the background, whichever way. So
Okay.
what I want you to do is to highlight the bottle somehow, cut the bottle out, and either leave it alone and make the background brighter. Doesn't have, you don't have to take it to white, just take it up brighter so that we see that there's some contrast between the bottle.
Gotcha.
Because even though it's tequila and it's clear,
Yeah.
it's still deep,
Yeah.
it's still going to block some light. So
Okay.
yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
Very good. What's your lens on this? Oh, there we go.
That was
60.
the 24 to 70 at 60 millimeters.
Yep. And your behind the scenes looks like you've got, is that studio black down? Yeah, studio black down.
Studio black. Yep.
And yeah, and you can tell it's studio black because it's kind of, it does different things. It's a little
Right.
uneven. And remember,
Yeah.
there's no right or wrong. It's not like studio black is better or worse or anything else. So
And I really had to work at the camera angle or the height of the camera to get those to look good, because there was some weird dark reflections coming into the top part of that bottle.
Okay.
Not the top part, but like the shoulder of the bottle. And so that was kind of a
up here.
challenge.
Well, your light stand's gonna show up there. So, this light's going to go off and light up this light stand. It's going to show in that bottle there, this angle of incidence. We'll have to, you should experiment with what black cards and studio dark and find out which one you like.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Teresa, is Teresa here? Probably not. Teresa is going to work on, I've already looked at this with Teresa, is going to work on getting those letters to match here and getting that gold in the middle to match this gold over here, leaving this a little bit brighter side here, and the same with the SC up here, a little bit brighter right here. The edge over here doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. The logo in the middle, this is use texture, you can feel it. And then you can see the label, that there's a little bit of shine to the label. So what she's going to do is she's going to pull it over here and she's going to bring a little bit of that texture back into that corner so that we can see the label wrapping around. This turned out pretty nice up front. And these are just white boards, white thick it's like shelves that she's got standing up here and pushing light from the back and from the front. It's very nicely done.
That's
But this
beautiful
dark
piece.
line down the front here is the problem. Was somebody going to ask something? I heard a voice.
That's a beautiful piece that she did. Beautiful
Yeah.
lighting.
Yeah, and it's just, and she's really good in Photoshop, so she'll fix that up and it'll be definitely a showpiece. These are wrinkles in the paper over here. I suggested that she take them out with Gaussian blur. So that'll happen. No, they're not. First I thought they were wrinkles. I told her to take out in Gaussian blur. They're not Gaussian blur. They're actually the JPEG falling apart. So she's going to blur it up so that doesn't happen. But part of that is Photoshop. It doesn't happen on my screen. It does. I mean, Facebook doesn't happen on my screen or anywhere like that. So this is how she did it. And she's using a handheld speed light and a scrim to put her lights up front. Nice design for it. Nice design. Tom Siebert, you there? Yo, Tom.
I am, Don. I'm just trying to find the right buttons. Okay,
Super nice job on this.
thanks.
Wow, just really great. All the way down. The bottle looks very good. Label looks very good. This label and the wings are actually on the back of this bottle.
Right,
So
and you have to have them.
yeah. And did you put a white card behind it? Take a shot.
It's actually, it's a foam core, but with a piece of gold cardboard reflector board cut
Okay.
out to the foam core. You can see at the bottom. In fact, that was one of my questions. Yeah, there it is.
So you did this the old-fashioned way.
Oh yeah,
You cut it out and stuck it back there on something.
yeah, and just put a little piece of old foam core on the back and a little bitty clamp to adjust it just to the gnat's ass, and yeah.
Yeah, nice way to do it.
The question I had is, should I have gone in Photoshop and cleaned up the bottom of the bottle where you can see it's the reflection is coming from like a 45-degree angle. So you get that little dark spot below the 750. Yeah, that. Yep.
Short answer,
Yeah.
yes.
Do
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Okay.
For ad work, you're going to do that.
Okay.
For editorial, you probably would not.
Okay.
Okay. Basically, it boils down to how much they're paying you, what they're going to use the shot for. If it's going to be a little, shot in a magazine for a bed and breakfast, you probably have done a beautiful job and you can move on. For an ad, all of this, see that little bow there, that would be cleaned up. That would be cleaned up. This bottle would be absolutely perfect.
I wondered about that. I
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah,
You
your
know
glass
whether-
looks really great, but we got that, see that little line there?
Yeah.
That would be taken out, the level of perfection becomes almost mechanical. I mean, it's not mechanical, it's unbelievable, it's over the top. Nothing would exist in that level of perfection. That's what we would do in advertising. Editorial, you're fine. You're really good right here. Smoke looks good from the cigar. Everything. It's just a really nice shot. Really, really solid shot.
Cool. Thank you.
Don, can I ask a question?
Yes.
On the last one, it's beautiful. Should the cigar be lighter? I noticed the first time I looked at it, I didn't really see what was happening there. The bottle's incredible and the drink is incredible. This is just a question, so.
The cigar here? Is that what you're asking, Jody? Should the cigar be lighter?
Yeah, should the cigar be just a little bit lighter? Because I noticed that I didn't see it the first time I looked.
Should be and could be. Two different ways to go about it. Should be, I don't know. Could be, yeah, I think you could bring this up. You know what else I would do, Tom? I'd actually put some red in here, man.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know,
Well, I was puffing on it and laying it down and puffing on it, laying it down. So yeah. And
just
I
a
don't
little bit
even
of
like
red there.
cigars.
Pop this up just a little bit. Get rid of that. This
Okay.
back there, we don't need to see it. And just lighten it up, especially the ash up here front. You could definitely lighten that up. You know, but again, could and should is two different things. You'll be surprised. This is what you would send to your art director in an ad shoot.
Okay.
The art director will get this. He'll send it back to you with squiggles and darken, burn, fix, whatever, all over the place. And you take that and you send that to your retoucher.
Mm-hmm.
Or
So
you can, or he can work right with your retoucher, either way. He or
I'm
she.
glad that you asked about the cigar, because I actually went back and forth, back and forth. And I have one version of it where that cigar was quite a bit lighter. I didn't do the red, and I certainly didn't get rid of the ashtray in the back. But I felt like it was suddenly more of a player in the picture than what it needed to be when the bottle was the picture.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and the glass, the orange in the glass matches the bottle. It is what's in the bottle. So again, it's just going to be a matter of innuendo and choice. You know?
Yeah, I just felt like it was the way the glass was darker on the outside, and the cigar, it all kind of led, there were sort of leading lines to that bottle in my mind. But
And I did not mean the word innuendo. I meant aesthetic and
yeah.
choice. Yeah. Really good, man.
Cool.
Great set. Really great set. Kevin.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Kevin. Is Kevin
I'm
here?
here, Don. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. So really simple. Your black cards are doing a beautiful job here.
Thanks. Yeah.
See how controlled that is? And it's because the black cards are actually, they're foam core, am I correct?
Yes.
So they're foam core. Do you see that they're shiny? Do y'all see that? If these were black felt, we wouldn't see any of this, would we? Black foam core, black poster board still has a bit of reflectance to it. And so that these things are, you got this bright light back there. It's coming along these dark cards. These dark cards aren't giving hard edges. They're actually very soft edges as down the side here. Had Kevin turned those cards away, so they were coming this, come on, they were coming this way, not allowing any light to get on them, those black lines would be black lines. They would be very, very dark. Very nice way of doing it, Kevin. Really subtle, really subtle. And what a beautiful, I mean, it's a simple bottle shot for sure, but that is just lovely how you kept that together.
Well, thank you, Don. Appreciate it.
Yeah. 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 The label looks good.
Yeah, the label was hard because that goose is clear all the way through.
Well, not only that, but the designer made the gray goose be half the size of the bottle.
Right.
So twisting it to get that perfect is going to be a problem. And I don't think you can, because you're pretty darn close to perfect with this. And yet your of is off to the side.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I don't know if that's every gray goose bottle, because that's a little higher than the vodka price point that I work with.
Well, I had some Russian vodka, but because of what's going on in Ukraine, I said, I'm not shooting that. So I went and got the Grey Goose.
What did you have?
I don't know. What is it? Absolute or something?
That's a London company.
Oh, well,
You ain't hurting the Russians, you're hurting the Londons.
yeah. Anyway,
I
I like France, and I love French wine. So I figured, what the heck?
I think the only Russian brand is Stoli,
Okay.
I
well,
believe. So yeah, very cool. Very nice. And don't worry about helping the Russians. Every one of us are
Yeah,
helping
I
the
know it.
Russians because we just sent them $11 billion for gas.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just let everybody work that out on their own. McCarty, Nina.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Nina. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Don?
Nice. You got your nice little dark edges on the side. The Bacardi looks pretty good coming through there. Gonna have to work on this label here, because that label's got to be like that all the way through. You've got a card, a light or a card, or what's happening with this bright light right here?
The labels, the two labels on the top were all done with a handheld speed light, snooted. So
Oh, okay.
that's why they're different.
Yeah, here's a don't use a snoot on metallic
Okay.
because it's too reflective. See, we get this happens with a snoot. Okay.
Okay.
Bounce it into a board. Take a board and then you can hold a speed light here and a whiteboard here and just boom, pop it into the board,
Okay.
by hand, and that could work much better. But what down here, this part of the gold label is going almost black. You see that? It's very,
Yeah.
very dark. So we're going to need to pull that up. Best thing to do at this point, instead of reshooting it, would be to cut this label out. So it's on a new layer,
Yeah.
isolate it, and then work with your dodging tools
Mm-hmm.
to dodge it up, to sort of, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Yep.
But you can dodge it up and I think it'll look a lot better. This, I would burn that down just a little bit. And this up here, I probably, I don't know if you could do anything with this in burning, but I'd see if you could bring that down a little bit, but that doesn't really bother me as much as this bottom label.
Okay.
Let's take a look how you did it here.
It's real simple. It's amazing.
Oh.
It took me 2 days to get that. I fought with this tremendously.
Yep. And that's, yeah, a couple of, here's your lens, okay?
Yeah.
Imagine you had a white card running out like that, all the way up like this. The same thing on this side. Do you realize that how small that little dark area would be going right up the front of the glass?
Mm.
And then from the side, if you've got the bottle here and your camera looks like it's coming down about like that, right?
Yeah.
Take a white card and run it right up to the camera lens like that and right back down to in front of your
Oh.
thing, and you'll get a label. The problem would be you also could have a bright line running up the sides of this stuff. And so you might have your label will look great, right? But you might have a bright line coming up here. Then take the white cards away, shoot it like you did it here, and then just cut that, hold the shift key down and drag it over, and it'll cover up your white line.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
very nice. Very nice. Yep. Jody Ellis. Wow, you did a nice job with the drink glass there, Jody. Very nice. How did you get the whiskey to light up? Or is it in the back?
There's a gold card in back of the whiskey and
Okay.
of the glass. And God, I struggled with this. This took forever. It's a single shot, but it was like 75,000 shots of single shots. So
Well, you look how nice it ended up. A couple of little things that you're going to have to work on as you build it. You've never done anything like this.
no,
So, I mean, the fact that you got to here is wonderful.
oh well, thank you.
You got a whole class in shooting a bottle in one shoot here.
Yeah.
You've learned so much of what not to do, as the famous Thomas Edison thing. And they said, well, you've tried 10,000 things. Nothing's worked. And he said, no, everything's worked. I've learned 10,000 things that don't work. So I can, I've narrowed the field down. So yeah, now your gold card is right up next to the bottle, right?
It's kind of a little bit of an angle, and the softbox, I had it vertical for a long time and I couldn't get it to work. And I accidentally, and this truly was accidental, I hit it and it went horizontal. And all of a sudden, everything was fine.
Yeah.
And so, thank you very much. But what you can't see there is I was actually hand holding a very weak little flash for the label and the top of the bottle and whatever.
Uh-huh.
And
Well,
I was also hand holding a white reflector in my left hand and squeezing the trigger thing. It was,
Okay.
it was a
Yeah.
real interesting shot.
Well, your label could be fixed up in Photoshop because this label is all rusty or whatever you would call it. That's part of the label, this brown around
That
it.
bourbon is so cheap. Let me tell you, we don't drink it, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I went to the liquor store, and she found that way behind the counter on the floor, and it cost $9.95 with a $1 rebate.
Well, yeah, and you know, and that's a big bottle, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really. It was,
You get a big bottle of bourbon for $9. You don't want to drink that.
I don't think
You could probably use it to take the paint off the car. That probably would be really nice.
Yeah,
Less sanding involved.
yeah.
Very good, Jody. Very good.
Okay,
Very good.
Thank you.
And like I say, you'll learn more from your mistakes than you learn from your wins. So you have learned a ton. It'll be easier the next time, the third time, far easier. By the time you get to the fourth bottle, you're shooting bottles. It's not something that takes a lifetime to learn. It's something that takes a couple of times to get it under your belt. And then you're just finessing. So
Okay,
good for you.
thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah, Jan Welding.
Jan wasn't able to come this evening, but
Okay.
she's really keen that you give some feedback on the image.
Yep.
I think she mentioned specifically that she was a bit confused about the shape of the bottle and where the gold card should be or something like that.
Well, the gold card look back there looks fine. I love the fact that it's gradient across here, especially that the gradient is opposite the light. I think it really makes the bottle look cool, Jan. And your bottle cap up here, keeping the black against the gray, beautifully done. Over here, we still, even though this goes very dark, we don't lose it. Really nice in here. This looks great. I really like this idea of shooting up at it. It's fantastic. I wish this was in focus. So a little focus stacking might help there. And this looks like it's a little bit out of focus as well. So I wonder if she's using continuous light or strobe. Let's find out. Oh, speed light. Okay, speed lights. All right. I just think that it appears to be a little soft to me. I don't know if it is, but it looks that way to me. There's a new product out from Topaz, a sharpening, an AI sharpening product. If you guys are ever having trouble with sharpening, I'd go and check that thing out. It's on sale right now for $60. I'm not an affiliate. I don't make a nickel if you buy it, so I don't care. But I bought it and tried it out, and oh my goodness, this AI thing is really amazing. If it's blurred from shutter speed, and I mean like pretty darn blurred from shutter speed, it's gonna fix it. It's amazing what it does. Better on people than product, but it still seems to do with product pretty well. All right, Jen, nice shot. Really nice. Now the bottle has got these wings on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that she was more confused
She did
about.
it. She did a nice
in the
job with it. Yep.
gold card and stuff.
Yep,
So-
did a nice job with it, Jan. Absolutely. It's like how I would have done it. Yep. Lovely. I guess. Wait, is this wine? Oh, it's whiskey.
I think it's whiskey.
Yeah. So when you get really smashed, it won't fall over. Like, it's got like legs on it or something.
Yeah.
But It's so if you're drinking that $9 bourbon we saw earlier, at least you know where the bottom is. Very cool. All right, Villa Italia. All righty, whose is this? Jim Hill?
That's correct.
Jim, look at the picture. What can you tell me instantly?
Well, the probably a lot of things.
It's leaning to the right.
Yeah, I noticed that, and
Yeah.
I think the liquid in the glass is not the same color as the bottle, and
Well, that's okay. That's not
Yeah.
a problem because the glass is it's not as deep as the bottle.
yeah,
Bottle's deep, so it's going to have a deeper color. Your label looks pretty good, a little blown out up here. This label looks really good in here. We can read it very well. Your lighting, your white cards and everything, fine, looks fine. It's the lean. It's the lean. I like how you took the straw back towards the drink, the bottle, by the way. And that, again, that's a personal choice. Sometimes you'll see it leaning this way, sometimes towards the bottle. You sort of brought everything back to the bottle. Well done.
yeah. I had a lot of problems with this one, that's for sure. And I just tried to stick with it, and instead of changing subjects, I just said, well, I started with it, so I wanted to finish.
Well, isn't it interesting that when you give an assignment, and I've been doing this for 15 years, 10 years as at Project 52, but you give an assignment of a bottle, and I think a lot of people instantly go, well, how hard can a bottle be? This is the bottle. And then you find out that to do a bad shot of a bottle is very easy. To do a good shot of a bottle is somewhat easy. To do a great shot of a bottle is challenging. It takes your artistic side and your technical side and pulls everything you got from both of those things. Yes, you've got to make a shot that looks good out of a bottle, but you also have the technique, I mean, of your highlights up here, seeing all the ribs in here, everything in here. So you've done a pretty good job, Jim, but I don't think you shoot this stuff normally. Am I right?
No.
Yeah, so darn
I think
good job.
I've done 4 bottles. This is week 4 of the class, right?
Yeah. There you go. All right.
I have a question on the glass. I can see the rim on the front, but I don't see it on the back. Is that something to consider? Or
On the glass?
yeah,
Oh, I see it.
in the back.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's a screen.
Could be. Well, you remember, we're taking his beautiful JPEG, running it through through Facebook, and then taking the Facebook image and running it through Zoom. So God only knows what it looks like on the other end. But yeah, I can see his back.
Okay.
line there.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
Yeah, you got a lot of light there, Jim. Nice. Is this continuous light? Is that those continuous light kits?
Yes,
Did you get this from Amazon?
right.
Well-
That it's one of those sets that you recommended
It's like-
a couple times, several months ago.
They're like $120, something like that.
Right.
I mean, I've been doing this. I would have loved to be able to start out my business with $120 set of lights. You know, they're not great, but they're not bad at all. You know, and the fact that these things come all the way to the edge, so you don't have that black lip around them. They're great. $120. It's like, wow. And those things will really come in handy, Jim, when you start doing video motion, you know, because you got to have continuous lights for motion. Really good, man.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yes. Amy. Hi, have you ever, do you remember the ads where the bottle was dropped and broken?
No, I don't.
It was how to make a grown man cry. And it comes in, this thing comes in a purple bag, right?
Yes.
It'd be the purple bag laying there, and you could see there was a broken thing, and it's all the whiskeys or the whiskeys all on the ground. How to make a grown man cry. Yeah, they ran it for like 8 years, back before you were born, to give you an idea. So Loved it. All right, beautifully done. How many shots, Amy?
3 shots. I did one for the bottle exposure, one for the foreground, the light spill, and then one for the background.
Really nice.
Thanks.
Oh yeah. So did you do a single shot to get the white card? You're using a white card back there, right?
I used a gold card. Yeah,
Gold
just
card?
a single shot for the bottle entirely.
Okay, then you cut it out and then
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
beautiful. I love the colors too, the orange against the purple.
Mhm. Yeah.
Label
Yeah, I
looks
wanted to
great.
carry the branding colors through with that background while still
Mhm.
keeping it dark.
Mm-hmm. Now, this isn't the biggest bottle?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, this stuff's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Did you keep it or take it back?
Oh, I'm shooting a project at the end of the month and I have 10 different liquor bottles, and this was the most interesting one. So
Oh, very nice.
yeah, I imagine we'll distribute it among everyone on set at the end of the shoot.
Absolutely. I've said this before. I could probably count on one hand how many times the client wanted their stuff back.
Yeah.
And I mean expensive stuff and cool stuff. We shot a bunch of holsters, which, I don't know what I would ever need a holster for, but these were very beautiful holsters. And we said, well, we'll send them back. And he said, no, keep them. So I gave them to my friends who wore holsters.
Wow.
I've never,
really cool.
like I said, one hand, that'd be about it.
Uh-huh.
And that included food too. We'd end up with so many canned hams. Nicely done. Wow.
Thank you.
Beautiful behind the scene setup thing here. That's really nice.
Yeah, a lot of that was handheld, so I had to go back in and rig it all up, just for these shots, but it's pretty close to what I did.
Are you working with a tripod in the studio or no?
Yes.
Okay. Have you got a camera stand yet?
No, I shoot in my garage and it's not tall enough.
Or you can get a, Calumet has a 6-foot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of.
Yeah, I also don't have enough room in my garage
okay.
for that.
I was gonna say a lot of portrait photographers had 6-foot. I had a 6-foot Calumet and I had a 12-foot Calumet, but the 6-foot's real. When you got a camera stand, I'll tell you what.
That's why I love shooting in rental studios. I always take advantage of the focus stands. Yeah.
Do not. Yeah, we had 2 18-foot Fovas
Oof.
in the big studio. Yeah, the 18-foot. Those were not mine. Those were Dave's. 18-foot Fovas.
Wow.
Damn near 2 stories. I don't know what he paid for them, but it was well over 10 grand for each.
Yeah.
And we couldn't hardly give them away. We finally found a film crew that wanted them. Nobody wanted them. Nobody had studios as high as ours. We had a we had a 22-foot ceiling. So we also never. Go ahead.
I've got a 6-foot stand, Don. I love it. So just to reiterate what Don says, I love my camera stand.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if there's a tripod on the floor, I'm going to kick it.
Yeah.
It's in my DNA. I am absolutely certain it's in my DNA.
Yeah.
But when you kick a camera stand, you move, your toe gets crumpled, the camera stand does not move.
And it doesn't take up that much room. I mean, my garage is really small. And I feel weird if I shoot with a tripod now.
Yeah. Oh, I had to get used to tripods again. Arnold.
Hello, Don. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Arnold. How are you?
Good. So this is the image that I shot for the ad that I have in mind. So it's right there in the comment.
This one?
Yes. So I started out with the concept for the ad and shot the bottle for the ad. So that's the way I approached it.
Okay.
But I think the bottle can stand alone by itself.
I love that you put the box in. Very nice. There's a glare on the box. And you did that on purpose.
Yeah, and well, this is what I tell you. This bottle, I had to borrow this bottle, and this bottle is like several years old. So it has aged, and there's so much imperfection on the bottle, on the box, I mean. So I had to deal with what I got. I mean, that's the curveball I got.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different if it was a new bottle, right? I mean, some new box.
Did you, I think I don't have a problem with the glare. I kind of actually like the glare because it's black up here. We know it's a black box. The glare gives it dimension, okay? But it's the imperfections here. And I wonder, Arnold, if that frequency separation wouldn't just take that right out.
Well, I tell you, the box itself also has a line pattern on it. It's a very small grid line on it going diagonal. So that's why most of the stuff that you see the label on the box itself, there are lines on the bottle itself with the same diagonal direction.
Yeah, I don't see it in the shot.
Right. That's why I get that. I mean, you can't really get it. It's not a flat matte surface or totally black surface.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the little circles.
Right.
The little, the dark circles there.
The blotches, you mean?
Okay. The blotches, yeah. No, the glare looks, the glare actually, I like the glare. I think it adds a little bit to it. It's the blotches that pull my eye. But very, very well made. Very, very well made. Yeah. And how did you put the, there we go.
So I'm shooting in a very small space, so I had to deal with, I had to do a lot of control on this. So when looking at the bottle, I was like, okay, so I have to solve this area of the bottle first. I have to enhance this part of the bottle. So that's the process that went on, because had I shot this normally, I would not have given it the same presence or the same essence. So I had to find, and also the directional diagonal lighting on it, that's intentional because of the ad that I had in mind. Because if you look at the ad again, the ad is basically just making people that are only wine drinkers move into hard liquor. And that's why also there's a bridge on the bottom. That's the other side of the box. So I shot that as well. And then you see the logo, the Johnny Walker walking. So asking wine drinkers to move into hard liquor. So that's actually the idea for the ad.
Very nice.
Thanks.
Very nice. There's an ad you can see on YouTube, and I wonder if it's Johnny Walker, but it's the Keep Walking.
It's a Johnny Walker one.
Yep. And it's an actor, and it's all done in one take.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like 3-minute thing, and it's done in one take. Guys, you got to watch it. It's just brilliant. Knowing that if he skipped the line or if he blew it, they'd have to go all the way back down that road and start again. It's just a phenomenal one. Yeah, great shot, Arnold. What lens are you using? Okay, you're with 105. Yep. Very nice. Beautifully explained. Wow. I love that. Love that. Giannis.
Oh, hello.
How are you, Giannis? You staying safe over there, my friend?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
How are you?
Very good. Very good. What does it, is this Greek?
No, it's not Greek. It's Ukrainian, I think.
Acrylic.
From what the guys said on the comments, I knew that it was Russian. Actually, I was going to shoot a very expensive whiskey, like 4,000 euros, but it was called Royal, something like that. I have a friend that has a liquor store, and he said, okay, you can take it for the shot you want. But it had a very big label on the back. and that made a disaster.
Yeah,
for
well,
the lighting.
you don't want to peel off the label of a 4,000 euro.
Oh yes,
bottle.
that's why I said take it back, man. I
Yeah.
don't want to shoot it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it ended up with this one. I
Well,
had that as a gift.
As usual, your lighting is impeccable through here. The evenness of these black lines is perfect. Your label looks awesome. I like how you get a little bit of a gradient in the bottle, bringing us down here. And then, of course, the lemons. I want to know how you lit this lemon up here. This lemon, I think could be lit from the back. This lemon's in front, and yet you still captured some light. So I think there's a little bit of Giannis magic going on down here.
Yeah, you'll see on the BDS how I did that.
It's
Yeah,
just a nice composition. Are you using a tilt shift on this, or are you just down really low?
No, I was actually I put under the bottle. I put a cube plexi, transparent one, and under the glass too, just to give it some height for the eyes, to put that down, to give the sense that the eyes pattern that is on the bottom of the bottle to go like it's coming from the bottle itself.
Yeah,
that's why I put that there.
Yeah, really
But
nice.
I got the 2470, I think, lens, and I put that on a 70 mm, just low angle a bit, because 70 mm doesn't distort the bottle. 50 or 70, that's the range I shoot. So this is the BDS, what I did to get the final shot. I explain everything there.
Very, very nice. And you lightened up this, I see it here. You lightened this lemon up a little bit with Photoshop then, right?
No, at all. That's the actual, I didn't Photoshop anything there.
Okay, so the light then is coming through the ice. That's where it's backlight coming through the ice.
If you go back to the BTS, I explained the third photo. You see, yes, that one. You see the reflector back from the back of the bottle.
Yep.
The light. Yeah, that's the light I use then for this one.
Got it. That really popped them up, and that's, I think, it just gives it so much life. So much life. Really nice.
Because the light itself with the eyes on it, it was too black, and I want to give some glow to make it really pops out. That's why I used that. I took off the background and then lit it just with a reflector.
Beautifully done.
With a grid on it. Yes.
Yeah. Beautifully done.
For this specific bottle, this lighting, it was just right. I made everything else, but didn't work, and then ended up with this one. It took some time. It was a real challenge. Every time you shoot a bottle, it's a challenge. It's a pain. You have to think. You have to do everything to work. Yeah.
Great
I
job.
loved it. No, thank you, Don.
Great job. Beautiful. Right into the portfolio.
Yeah.
Mark Shaw, 4 separate shots.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Mark. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Color looks good through here. Boy, this black line it's funky. I don't mind the black line, Mark. Just make it less funky. Do you know what I'm saying? See, clean this edge up so we got a nice even to it, so that it looks like it fits. Because it looks, the first thing when I saw it, I saw that here. That's an easy fix.
That's a real quick fix.
Yeah, that's an easy fix. Your bottle looks good. You got nice edges onto it. It's popping out nice. Nice highlight up here. And the only thing I would say, Mark, is that I think it's slightly underexposed, because I think this can be brighter.
Yeah.
So I don't mean that the shot was underexposed. I mean, the presentation, we could bring this presentation up a good half stop and have it read a little bit better, I think, because this is just it'll just clean this up a little bit. Yeah, so fix whatever's going on with this line over to here, fix that, and then fix that, and then pull it up a little bit, and I'll bet you it makes all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. Looks really good. Your light looks very controlled. Let's see how you did it. All right. Yeah, very controlled. So we
Okay,
got,
no, you know what?
go ahead.
I thank you for the comment about the funky part, Don, because I kind of wondered about that, and I thought, well, I'm here to learn, so if it's really goofy, you're going to say something. So that's good. That's good feedback for me.
Good. Good. So you got the purple, that's one shot. You got.
Actually, the purple is just in Photoshop. It's just a radiant.
Oh,
gradient.
okay. So you've got
Gradient.
something behind the whiskey here, and that you cut it out, right? Cut the whiskey out.
Yeah, I had a gold. Yeah, if you look at my behind the scenes there, yeah, the center one, that's the gold. That's the little gold card, and I taped that to a boom arm, and I just held that, sort of fiddled with that, and I was doing a contortion act for a bit.
I can imagine with all these things there between the camera operator and the product there.
Yeah, but
really good.
I wanted to revisit, like, this is kind of a variation on the original shot assignment we did, because I tried using a gold card for that, and I didn't really think it worked out that well, and I didn't use it. This time I figured I'm going to master that. And yeah, I was much more pleased with the results.
Yeah. And it has to do with the angle of the gold card. The gold card's got to be seeing your light. If you turn
Everything.
it away from the light, it's not going to work.
So you figure if I just make a global exposure adjustment in Lightroom or something like that,
yeah,
just bump it by half a stop or something.
Yeah, check a half stop, or even Photoshop.
Okay.
Yeah, even Photoshop. Yeah, really nice, man.
Good, thanks, Don.
Solid shot. Joe.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Joe. How you doing?
Good. The funky black line. Spent 45 minutes walking around trying to figure out where the heck that was picking up the dark from. And then I went online and looked up makers advertising shots.
They all got it.
It's in every single shot.
Yeah.
There's one guy that put a bow tie around the bottle and then just to get rid of it. It's just bizarre. I could not find out where that was coming from.
Well, the only way to find out where it's coming from is to put it into a light tent and start moving, something around, or to turn all the lights off and just take one card or one little thing and move it around with someone looking through the camera to see where it comes on. Chances are, I think, for me,
I was thinking it was below the table. So but there's a white card.
It's the table
coming up through the table. That could be
notice the angle of right there. I think it's I really think it's the floor, the surface under the bottle, which is not getting any light, coming up and reflecting because it only happens on the bottles when the bottle turns down. The reflection turns down. See, this reflecting this way, right? This is reflecting this way. You get up here and it starts to turn down. We're going to see this side over here and this side over here. So, and the same coming forward. That's what it's doing. That's where I think it's coming from. It's the only thing that makes sense because you don't have a black ceiling up there.
No.
Can I say something?
The ceiling wouldn't do it because it's covered by the cap. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I think it's the surface itself. I think the bottle is it's not far back.
No, it's pretty close to the back, and that's what I thought that too.
No, I think it's the surface.
I had white cards.
Yeah, I think it's the surface underneath the bottle. The best way to check it out would put the maker's mark on a piece of plexi over a light
or a mirror.
Yeah, well, not a mirror, because you want to drive light up through it.
No,
If this is
Okay.
sitting on a mirror, it's still gonna block the
And
mirror.
can I
So-
say something, Don?
Yeah,
I don't think it's either of those things, right? Because look at it, the cap is covered by wax.
Right.
That is black. That's like putting a black thing in the middle.
no,
Now,
no,
when
no,
that black
no,
thing is shining on
no.
the bottom,
no, because it's the inside of the glass that's reflecting, not the outside of the glass. The inside of the glass
that's
is
what I mean.
coming this
That's
way.
what I mean.
It's coming that way. Here, there's no way this is gonna reflect that. It would have
That's
to be
black
turned.
to the, that's black to the liquid.
No, Arnold, the light is from the side, it's not from above to give that much black.
no.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
it's coming from the
You-
cap at all. I think it's the bottom.
It's the cap, the inside of the cap.
Well, there was a gridded light on top, and then I even took the grid off and just shot with the 7-inch reflector, and it was still there.
It's pretty easy, right? If I do this in 3D, compute this in ray tracing, it's exactly the same result. But the
Okay.
ray tracing program they use for optics, exactly the same result.
Okay, well, you'd have to play with it.
And then the other thing drove me nuts was just the refraction of the label in the glass. I played with it, I trimmed it down a little bit, and then I brought it back out again.
Oh, in here?
Yeah,
Yep. And boy, I'll tell you what, some art directors will never accept this.
yeah.
They just won't.
After the fact, I didn't care for it.
They just won't. And those are the ones where the bottom of the glass is off to the side. Other art directors are fine with it. So it just depends on, what
What they want.
person you've got there working. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice. Good. Haku vodka. Greg.
Hey,
Hey, so it looks like you've got a bright light behind it and some black on the sides.
yeah,
And then you've got like a speed light or something coming down from the
yeah. I just did a speed light to get the label.
label. Okay.
Mhm.
I would tell you this, go back to the shot without the speed level,
Yeah.
speed level.
Yeah.
I don't know what a speed level is, but if you ever get one, send me a picture where the speed light is on the label here. And I'd put in one that doesn't have it. Okay.
Mhm.
Or I would simply mash this one down quite a bit.
Okay.
So it's just so slight. I'm not sure which one I would like better. So I'll just
Um,
let you know there. If it's black.
You couldn't
without
see
any
the
dimension-
label. You couldn't see the neck label without having the speed light popped on it.
Oh, yeah, but we want to see the label.
Mhm.
But we don't want to see that line.
Okay.
So I would soften the line. I think that's the best thing to do. Soften the line, but leave this light there. Did you have a little highlight here you had to take out somewhere?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So, you took that out. This looks pretty good. A little bright on the layers, right? On the letters right there. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Just burn that down. That should be fine. Burn it down a tiny bit. And the same thing here. We want to bring
Right.
these guys out. So the speed light approach can work. You've got one without the speed light, for instance, that's got the black letters in it.
Mhm.
You could actually pull those black letters forward, take a little bit of finesse to do, obviously. I like where your horizon line is. Boy, I think it's one thing I think everybody's getting right now. Very nice. Nice shot. And your behind the scenes was before it, I believe.
Right.
Yes. All right. So black cards coming towards us, and you got your speed light behind this.
Yeah. Behind that.
Okay. And how bright were they?
I mean, how bright was the speed light?
Yeah.
It was at full force.
Okay.
So I had 2 scrims, and I even put like a mad modifier on it to mellow it out and expand it, so I wouldn't get that white hole like I had last week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you. Do you see at the bottom of the bottle, I have like the little black blotches that are sort of like dancing there, probably
Yeah.
from the black card, I guess.
Yes. Or
And I sort of decided to leave them because I thought they sort of looked like the ink letters of, that you see on the label.
Right.
Maybe that was
And
being
again,
lazy.
this falls into the realm of take them out, you're fine. Leave them there, you're fine. Depending on your sensibilities, if you like them, leave them there. If an art director says, I don't like them, you know how to take them out, right?
Right.
As long as you know how to take them out, that's, as long as you can give the art director what they want in commercial work, they love you. And in many of these cases, there simply isn't a right way or a wrong way. There's your way. Okay. Are we seeing Photoshop now?
Photoshop.
Are you seeing Photoshop?
Yeah, I see. I see
Okay.
Photoshop.
All right. So we have this vodka, which is clear, but the vodka is showing up as the same as the background. So I just want to try something. I'm going to come in here with the old magic wand. Yeah, and the background isn't really the same color. It's not white. We would be getting this thing to be more uniform down through here, down here, down through there. Okay, so now it looks like we've got the thing. Okay, so I'm going to inverse it. Select, inverse. And so now I'm going to Command J it. And I'm going to move it to a new layer. Okay, I'm going to go back to this background one here, and I'm going to I'm going to double it here, just like that. So I've got two of them. And then I'm going to go to screen. You see the difference?
Yeah.
Still looks like clear vodka, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But we've got a pure white background. And if this is, if you're thinking, well, that looks too gray, I'd like it to be brighter, then that's okay. You go up here to your opacity and you lower the opacity of that top one until you get it just to where you want it, which I think is about 85. See, that looks like clear vodka against a white background to me. And yet we're controlling that vodka color.
Right.
All right.
That's very good. Thank you. Thank you for showing me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All righty, back to this one. Very good, guys. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, pretty colors, Lee.
Thank you, sir.
That's nice. See this where it breaks off here?
Yes.
Right there. Let's finish that out. And this one has this little sort of line coming out. Let's take that off and just let that one come down. Let these be very smooth through here. Your bottle looks great. It's when you went out to choose the bottle, did you try to find the hardest bottle to shoot? Was that?
Actually, I did.
Yeah.
But this bottle has all these angles.
Yeah, it does.
It is a very nice angle, and I love the bottle. Like, this is a nice challenge, but might as well, right?
Yeah, might as well. Well, your label looks really good through here. This looks really good through here. Your bottle looks fine. I imagine if I was working with it, I would like maybe dodge this one up a little bit, ever so slightly. So we, again, we don't want to see it. We just want to feel it. And maybe this one over here just a little bit, but definitely brighten up your orange. Okay. The orange, this orange is freshly cut. We're not getting any highlights on it. We need highlights. They got to turn it to get those highlights. You didn't. So let's brighten this up. This has got to come up a good half stop here. Okay. Everything else looks nice. The orange here. I would figure out which one of these oranges you wanted to use and either make this orange more like the orange in your reflection or make your drink more like the orange over here.
I'm so glad you said that. I thought about it, like, I don't know.
There's a lot of red in this, and this orange is very bright. I tend to think I would make this darker. I'm on the West Coast. You get your oranges from Florida. I get mine from California, right? They're oranger. They're more of a deep orange instead of the Florida oranges are a lighter color. I would go with that California orange, which is kind of like that. Okay. Cool. Very nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, very nice. Let's see how you lit it. I don't know how you lit it. What happened? Was that?
Is there?
Wasn't the
Oh,
last
is there
shot?
the black and white?
Here, yeah. So here, I click here. Yeah, all right.
There you
Yeah,
go.
nice, beautiful.
So I
Clean and control.
bounce the lights from camera right. I bounce the light to one of the silver cards, and then I have another snoot bouncing the light from the other direction. And I have, for the background color, I have the strobe under the table in the center for the red light, and then the silver card camera top to highlight the label. And the two big white cards next to the table to highlight the bottle top,
Okay.
top bottle.
Yeah, nicely done. Really well done. Oh, and Kevin, are you still out there? Kevin Carson?
I'm here.
Okay. Stoli is a Luxembourg company and Smirnoff is a Luxembourg company. They don't even get their vodka from Russia.
Okay, good.
So those of us, those of you who are boycotting Russian vodkas, make sure you're not hurting people who aren't Russians.
Yeah, I already shot the other stuff.
Yeah.
I already have it, but I just said that I'm not sure, so I'm going to do one that I know for sure.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. When the Soviet Union broke up, I pulled it up over here on the screen. When Soviet Union broke up, Stoli was actually purchased by people in Luxembourg, and Smirnoff is more of a, I think it's a US UK
right
kind of thing. So I don't even know if there's any Russian booze being served here.
And the only reason why I thought it might be because it had it's got a face on the top of the label that guy kind of looks Russian. So
yep.
I know I'm being a knucklehead, but that's the way it is.
No, you're not. No, I have no problem with not buying Russian stuff. I just wish we'd stop sending them $11 billion for oil. Okay.
Yeah.
Could do that. Could make a difference. Bonnie Mitchell, look at this beautiful shot here, Bonnie.
Well, thank you.
Now that's not a shot. That's a Dawn shot. That's not a regular shot.
Right. That's the only way to drink it, right?
Absolutely. That, a little bit of lime, some salt. I do make tequila Bloody Marys.
Really?
Yeah, they got a bit of a bite to them. You use a spicy sauce, you put the tequila in there, they got that little bit of hot sweet that tequila brings. Very good.
Yeah.
This is
That's
lovely.
good.
Everything about the shot looks beautiful. Bonnie, your lighting is just there. Really nice.
Thank
Little
you.
gradient behind the glasses from the left. Let's see how you did it again. Oh, okay. So you've got a white reflector on this side and a dark reflector on that side.
Well, actually, it's the same on both sides. You just I couldn't get an angle. Like there's two blacks on each side towards the back and white ones towards the front.
Okay. And then all of your light is coming from the back?
Yes, it's actually a composite. Most of the light is coming from the back. And then I had that little speed light with that little globe diffuser on it to light up the label and put a little highlight on the line. So I composited that in.
Okay. And then you took off the little poppy light that showed up on the bottle somewhere.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Just really nice, Bonnie. Super good.
Well, thank you.
Super good. Super good. Yep. Is Carla here? Carla?
Yes.
What time is it? What time is it in South Africa?
It's 8:20.
8. All right. So when you get to midnight, would you give me a call and tell me what tomorrow's like? Really nice.
Sure.
All right. I love your style. You've been working on this for a while and you just sort of, you sort of nailed it
Yeah,
now.
Well, this time I normally do the shadows coming from the back.
Mhm.
And I really wanted to try something with the shadows going, with the light coming from the front. So the shadows are behind the glass in the bottle. And it was it was challenging, obviously, because the front light was not very attractive on the drink in the bottle. But yeah, so it's a composite.
Yeah, they're almost every time I see these, they're composited, because to get this, you got to use kind of like a bare bulb to get that shadow. And then that does not wreak good lighting on the side of your bottle at all. So you just shoot everything in position and then shoot it with nice light and drop it in. Yeah, this is a very hot style right now. This is where I'm always telling people, in product photography, you light from the back. And I don't want to say all the time, just 99.8% of the time. However, there is a style where you do drop shadows up against the wall. And it's very unique and it catches your eye because it's rare, because it's hard to do. It's hard to do with
it is.
Yeah, it's hard to do with traditional photography, because you are going to end up with that little light there. And with digital, we can take it out. We can drop a new one in. But this is a really fun thing to try, folks. In Project 52, Carla, remember we did an assignment, I think you guys got it, where you didn't reveal the subject. We just saw a part of the subject and the shadow. And we were able, the whole idea was the shadow was the most important part of the shot. This shot would not be interesting without the shadows.
Yeah.
It would be two items sitting there. It's the shadows that give them the real look. I love it. I love the colors and everything. Nice job. And that is,
thank you.
What is that? Is that gin?
It's gin.
Yeah.
It's actually what it's actually for my gin book. So I took the opportunity to get one of my shots done.
Nice.
But yeah.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. Bottle and glass. Oh, you broke your shadows in half. Okay.
It just worked out that way because I had a light from the top, and the light from the top made the glass was so wide that it made this ugly shadow under it, and I didn't want that shadow. So I had to shoot another shot without the overhead light to get the shadows to not, if you see that like round shadow under the glass, I didn't like that.
To get rid of this.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. See, that's visually, because you're visualizing that.
I had to write down what shots I needed because it was complicated.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you use a sketch pad?
No, I just wrote it. Yeah, I did in my notebook. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the best tools for photography you'll ever find is a pencil and a piece of paper, folks. It's amazing. Alan went down and bought out the entire liquor store.
With a little help from my friends.
Yeah, all right. I'm trying to recognize some of this I don't recognize. I recognize Black and Red Label, that's for sure, and Glenfiddich. This is cool.
Thank you.
All right, this is very cool. Got your light over the top. You got white cards here.
It's just a white wall done.
Yeah. I would. This was.
And then,
go ahead, Al.
No, I was just going to say that I've got a speed light, a flashlight underneath the table, bouncing up onto the back of the wall to give the wall some light.
Mm-hmm. And I think this whole picture could come up about a half stop. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I think
Yes.
it can come up about a half stop because even your white here on this one and your white here on the Glenfiddich and here, they're kind of gray. So there's some room to move up. I don't see anything on here that's going to blow out if you do. And then with Photoshop, while you're cropping anyway, I would crop out this line of white in the front. So find that point there where you can come straight across with that red and just crop that out so it's sitting right down there. And then I think you'll have a better picture. We just bring it up because this background is supposed to be white. Am I right?
All right. So, yeah, you just broke up a bit there. Sorry, I didn't get you.
So the background is supposed to be white, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What you want to do, move your set forward next time, and then take a second light and just light the wall with it. Take that umbrella, put it up above, in front of this one, between this one and the wall, and just light up the wall. It'll be always easier than trying to get this one to do double duty because this one being round is going to give you this fall off over here. So,
okay.
Yeah. How good are you in Photoshop? 1 to 10.
Kind of still learning, but I'm there or thereabouts.
Okay, let's do this. Let's cut out your bottles, move them up to a new layer, and then let's make this background pure white and see what it looks like. But also change the background to black with a spray. You know how to make a spray in Photoshop? There's a circle, create a circle brush, and you just tap it on till you get a little, it's white down here and it goes up to black at the edges, a gradient from the center. Try something like that. Let's try that first, making it white in Photoshop, all right? Alan, are you there? Uh-oh, I think I lost him. I lost him. Sorry about that. Patricia lit it from the bottom. Look at that, Patricia.
Yeah, sorry, there's 3. I couldn't delete them. I don't know how to delete them. So I uploaded 3 times. I had problems, but anyway.
Okay, that's all right. No problem.
Yeah, so I lit it underneath and on one from the side as
One
well.
from the
into
side lighting, giving us light here. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you have Nick, Patricia?
I do, but I haven't really used it. But
Okay.
I know you've suggested it before for
Go
something else.
into Nick, and before you do anything, just go up on YouTube and find the Nick training where their own
Yeah,
training.
I need to get time to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, do that because all you want to do is Vivesa.
Yeah.
Right now, just do Vivesa because if you put Vivesa on this label right here, a point right there, and then you stretch your circle around it like that, this label is so far away from this orange, the orange won't be affected. And then you can just take your brightness scale, slide it to the right a little bit, and you'll pull this label right up. I love Vivesa. I call it my magic fill card. It'll just pull it right up. You need to get this label a little bit brighter. Okay.
Yeah, I did try putting a white card. Well, I held it. It's not in the shop because I'm by myself, so I've only got so many hands. But I did try putting a white card on top to get a bit of light back down onto the label, but obviously it wasn't enough, I don't think.
Yeah, we just need a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Very good. Very
Thank
good.
you.
And again, a very clever way to light it. Wow.
Don, I'm back. I lost my connection with you. I'm so sorry about that. I had to restart my whole computer.
No problem. I was saying that with your this background on your shot, which I think is this way, on your shot, change it to white. After you've cut these out, change it to white and then change it to black with a little bit of a gradient of gray coming up. Okay.
Okay.
And when you cut it out, cut out the white background. Just all you want is that red. We don't want that surface back there, okay?
Sure.
So
Yes.
they're sitting on the red, okay?
Yes.
All right, very good.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. I'll try that.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, and what is this one? That one's this one. Jay.
Hi.
Hi, Jay. Okay. All right, so tell us about what is this?
It's tequila.
Okay.
And so I wanted to bring some glasses in with some salt and some limes to give a little more environmental. And I had seen, you know, some shots where people just sprinkled salt on the surface. I thought, okay, we'll try that. And then I used a gold reflector from a 5-in-1 and put it on one side, wrapped it around a whiteboard to reflect back onto the image. And yeah, and then had light coming down from the top with an Einstein, and a light coming from this left side to give it some light coming from that direction. And then I put a speed light on the table to try to get some background. I'm going to look into the spray thing you were suggesting, because I think the spray effect would have been nice on this. So there you go.
It's I've got a horizon going that way, and I've got a bottle going that bottle's not straight.
It isn't. I was trying to figure that out. Yeah.
And I can't tell if the glasses are or not. They kind of look like they're straight, and that's just weird. Let me see if it's actually, if that's more of a, I don't think it is, but I'm gonna see if it's some sort of, nope. Nope, it's definitely leaning. And it doesn't look, it looks like it's the only thing leaning. Yeah.
I think it's the horizon, because I tried to fool around with it.
No, I just dragged a straight edge over it. The bottle is definitely leaning to the left.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
I mean, it's on a flat surface. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the salt? Could there be some salt under it?
I don't think so. I mean, it's set up there, so I can check it.
All right, yeah, give it a.
Or camera wasn't in leveled up. No.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe the camera's askew. But see, the glasses, they tend to, the glasses tend to look straight up. When I put my straight edge down that left glass, it is absolutely dead straight up. On the right side of the glass, on the left side.
Yeah, it's hard to judge that one, but yeah, I think
that's very straight.
Right.
All right, very cool. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Lawrence.
How you doing?
Hi, Lawrence. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Is that real snow?
Yes. Well, it's real ice. Yes. Yes. Come from my fridge.
Beautiful. You hadn't cleaned your fridge in a long time. So
yes.
Good this assignment came along, Lawrence. You got to do two birds with one stone, clean the fridge and shoot the shot.
Yes.
Yeah. I like this very much. I think your lighting down the side is really pretty. I like the fact that this is almost pure white. We can see the texture in it, but the only place we can really see texture is around the bottle. And I think that helps sell it so nicely. So when you got it down in here, you had to dry it off very carefully. I love the little beads of water up there. Very nice. We've got one right there. The label looks really good. I would lighten those letters to match that L. And that E. They're just, that would be a very easy pick to do in there. Nothing else looks askew there. Really, really pretty. And what did you use? Used 12 to 40. Where were you on the 12 to 40?
20, but it's micro four thirds, so it'd be 40.
Okay.
435.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
And good job with the refrigerator too. That's a
Yeah.
lot of ice.
Reminds me, there was an Absolute vodka ad. They did some marvelous ads. But there was one, I think it was in a block of ice or something like that. And this recalls that. It's really excellent. Beautiful job.
Yeah, I just had to be very quick because obviously it melted very quickly. So I set up all my light first and did a few test shots. And when I was ready, I went to the fridge and with the help of my husband, we took all the ice out and he finished the fridge and I went and take the picture.
Very nice. Cool. Nice shot. Beautiful
Thank
shot. Andrea.
Yes, hi Don.
Hi, Andrea. You've waited a long time. Here we go. That's really, really pretty. I want to see how you got that thing to shine out. Oh, you shone the light right through it. Did you cut a hole for this?
No, but there's an opening between the two cards.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Well, that sure did the job, didn't it? Yes, it did. And this is just lemon juice?
No, it's not juice. It's kind of lemon liquor.
Oh, okay.
I'm not an expert in the lemon liquor things. So,
oh, okay. So it's like a, yeah, okay, like a wine cooler type lemon thingy.
There's lemon cello, which is very big. I don't know if it's related to
some kind of adult beverage with a lemon. I don't drink it, so I don't know.
Well, if you're going to drink this or the $9 bourbon, I'm going to go with this. Okay.
Okay.
Definitely do not drink the $9 bourbon. This is
I don't have any bourbon, so that's okay.
There you go. Very pretty white card over here. And your white card is basically doing your label. Is that what's going on? Yeah.
Well, in fact, I had another white card in my hand, but you can't see that on the.
Okay, got it. And then you put it here.
No, above the bottle.
Yeah. Okay.
It was, well, somewhat diagonally above the bottle.
Okay. Diagonally above. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it turned out very nice. That looks very,
Thank you.
very nice and refreshing. Yeah. Beautiful.
Must be refreshing to drink, but I don't know.
Well, very nice. I love it. Great
Thank
work,
you.
everybody. I want to explain quickly the assignment for next week. I had it that you had to spray paint bottles. I've taken that out, just a black bottle, just a black bottle. You can go and take a look at it. If you're in a position where you can spray paint bottles, if you have two spray painted glossy and two spray painted matte, you can learn a lot of lighting from just spending a couple hours with some bottles spray painted black, matte, and black glossy. It's really, really amazing. But in this particular case, just dark bottles. The point is we're shooting dark bottles against a dark background. Your backgrounds are going to be black. It's going to be a black page, either very, very dark backgrounds or gray going to dark backgrounds or something. It's shooting black on black. So have fun with that. Yeah. Any questions on that one?
Don, I have a question.
Yes.
If there is a label printed on a bottle which is black, do we need to light the label? Or just a...
Say it again.
If the label has a, if the bottle has a label, do we need to light the label or we just?
No, I don't want any labels at all.
Okay.
I don't want any
we
labels
have
at
to
all.
take it
Use-
off. Okay.
Use the backside of the bottle. That's why I'm saying if you could find a friend that has, anybody that, or a restaurant that has dark wine bottles, get them and take the label off. You can use a product called Gooby Gone. It works really, really well. It's taken every label I've ever thrown at it. It takes it off in about 2 minutes.
Okay,
Wrong
thanks.
question. Does he has to have a top, a cover top?
No,
Or can be just.
don't even care if we see the top. Don't even care.
Just
if
an
we
empty,
see it. It's just
empty
the
bottle.
lines. Yeah, it's just the lines. Yeah.
Not put a cork or anything on it.
No.
Can we
not at
paint
all.
a glass too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
And
wondering
if you're
about
going to
that.
use a wine glass, there's an
Yeah.
exception to it. If you use a wine glass, it has to have red wine in it, not
Yes.
Cabernet, not peach, whatever, red wine. And we've got to see the red wine.
Yeah.
If there's nothing in the glass, it's got to be a black glass.
But
I don't
I
want-
just asked if I can spray it.
Yeah,
You know,
it has to be a
okay.
black glass. So you can take
Yes,
a wine glass and
yeah.
spray it black.
I'll
if you
spray
want.
it. Okay. That will be fun. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Don.
Yes.
Thank you.
And before I go, I want to caution people. There's a house in New York City. I mean, a restaurant in New York City named the Russian House, the Russia House. It's owned by people who are not Russian, and it was just vandalized.
Oh.
Okay. There is a Special Olympics going on, and they've now banned the Russian Special Olympics people.
Wow.
So take people who busted their ass in a wheelchair and throw their nationality at them and kick them out. That's a really good thing to do. I'm on board with that, right? And then there's the major international cat federation has now banned all Russian breeds of cats.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're that stupid, please leave America. The cats have nothing to do with Putin. Oh, well. Yeah. I remember when after the 9/11 attacks, some idiot shot a guy because he was wearing a turban. He shot a Sikh because the Muslims had attacked. You know, stupid is stupid. We don't need this kind of stupidity here. But at least I can say it's international. So it's the international cat people getting rid of the Russia breed of cats, which probably has lived wherever that person has that cat since it was born. Oh boy. Anyway, I hope you have a great weekend, folks, ahead of you. And I am looking forward. We are putting in a garden at the side of our house. And I live in Arizona, and we've dug it down 1 foot deep. We watered it, and we went out there, and it had dried, and it was just like rock again. So I don't know how we're ever going to get anything to grow in this dirt, but we're going to try. Picture me in boots and a shovel. Have a great one, everybody. See you next time.
Thanks,
Thanks, Don.
Thanks, Don. Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thanks.